Good afternoon, Algebra and Entrepreneurship. It's Miss Gordon. I'm doing a video here to show you how to make your letterhead from your completed business card. So let's dive right into it. As you can see here, here's a business card that I have made up for Gordon Floral Designs. I want you to take a moment to look at this business card because all of the required information is on this card. It looks good, it's bright, it matches my motif for my designated business, which I'm going to go ahead and say is a floral design company or a florist or flower shop. Any of those three will fit me. So this is my completed card. I am now going to hit Control Shift and the screen capture key, which is above the number 6 on your Google Chromebook keyboard. The screen is going to darken. I am then going to select this entire card and I'm going to copy that to a clipboard. Okay, so then I'm going to come back over here to my inbox and I'm going to go to Google Drive and I'm going to create a new file. Okay, so new Google Doc, blank document. When that opens, I'm simply going to paste, Control V, my card into my brand new Google document that I have just created. Okay, so we'll wait for that to load. And I actually pasted 2 copies. And the reason why I want 2 copies of this document is because I'm going to need to cut and paste different pieces of the card up into my header that I'm going to create here in just a second. So after I paste, the first thing I want to do is select my 2 images here. And I'm just hitting the image, then I'm hitting the shift button and I'm hitting the second image. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to image options. And then I'm going to go to text wrapping. And I want to make sure that this wrap text middle selection is highlighted. Close that. And the reason why I did that, you guys, is so that when I want to move these images around, if I don't have it on text wrapping, it's not going to allow me to move the images. They're going to be stuck on the grid and you won't be able to manipulate them, and you need to be able to manipulate them or move them around. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decide where my card, what part of my card I want to include up in my header. So one thing I know I want to include in my header is the name of my company. So I'm going to click on my image. I'm going to go right here to the crop image button. And then I'm going to crop out everything except for the name of my company, Gordon Floral Designs. And then I'm going to click away and make sure that that is what I wanted to do. In other words, I cropped out the rest of the image. Am I happy with the end result? I am happy with the end result, except for I see this little blurb right here, which is the top of the petal of my logo. I don't want to have that in my final product. So I'm going to click on this box again. I'm going to go up to crop and I'm going to come to the left side and just get rid of that. And I'm going to click away. Again, I'm going to ask myself, am I happy with this image? And I am. So now I'm going to click on the image, and I know I'm on the image because I see this border with these markers. I'm going to right click and say cut. Okay, so as you see, that takes the image off of the main document. Now I'm going to go up in my header and double click. So let me do that again. Just go up to the top of the page, double click. You know you're in the header because it says right here, header. I'm going to paste the image that I just cut from the main document into my header. And then I want to move it up into the upper right hand corner. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a bit of space right here. And that's the reason that's happening is because the margin is still not set It's set so that I have a bit of room here on the edge of the page. Since we're not printing this document, we don't need that extra space on the edge of the page. So as I was saying, you see how there is a bit of margin still here at the edge of the page. I don't want that. I want to move this image all the way to the edge of the page. So if I click on the image, you see where it says 1/8 of an inch margin. I'm going to go to that drop down box and I'm going to select 0. That will then allow me to move my image right up flush with the edge of the page. Okay, so now if I click away and I close this, I can see now that my header is at least showing the name of my company and my slogan. Now I need to decide what other part of my business card would I like to have on my header. As I look at this business card, I would really like to have my logo. So I'm going to see if I can make that happen. So the way I'm going to make that happen is I'm going to click on this image. I'm also going to hit crop image again. And I'm going to try to get rid of everything as close as possible, except for my logo, which is a flower with my picture in the middle. So I've cropped out everything else. I'm going to click away. Then this is still kind of big to fit up here in my header. So what I'm going to do now is just drag this until it makes the picture smaller. So let me do that again because maybe you didn't see. This is the original size of the picture. You click on the picture and you just take the edge, the corner here, and drag it up so that it makes the size of the picture a bit smaller. So I am going to leave that right there. I'm now going to click away and click the image again, right click and say cut. I'm going to go up and double click in my header and I'm going to say paste, which is a right click on my mouse, or you can say Control V. Control C copies the image, Control V pastes the image, Control X cuts the image altogether if you don't want to use it again. Okay, so this is what I'm left with. This doesn't look bad, but I would like to have my picture aligned with my name of my company and my logo and my slogan right here. So again, if I click on my image down lower than this image here, and I maybe want to move it up and make it a little bit bigger. So one of the first things that I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the image, go to image options again, and make sure that wrap text is selected. I need to have wrap text selected so that I can move that image around in the space where it is residing here. So it's now on wrap text. I can now move this up to the edge of the page. But you see there's still a little bit of a margin there. And again, if you look right here in the toolbar, you see that Google Docs is defaulting to a 1/8 inch of a margin. We just simply want to make that 0. So that now we can move this up to the edge of the page. And we still got a little bit hanging here on the side. If we click on the image, we can then size that up just a bit so that it matches this part of the header. So I don't think that actually looks bad, but I am seeing that I have this space over here, right, that I can maybe fit something else into. If I go back to my Vistaprint completed card and do a Control Shift copy page, all right, and I select my business card again and tell it to copy to the clipboard, and then if I return to my document and paste in the body of the document, which is a Control V, I now have a third set of the image that I can deal with, and I can copy and paste and cut as I need to. So because I have this white space on the side, I am then going to elect to put my street address, 123 Main Street, Evanston, Illinois, and the website, the URL for my business in that space. So I'm going to click on my object here, click on my image, and I'm going to hit my crop button. And I'm going to get rid of everything here except for that part that shows my street address, like so. I'm going to click away, and now I have that one little box. I'm going to Control X to cut that, double click on my header, Control V to copy it. I'm going to select my image, and I'm going to go to Image Options, and I'm going to turn on Wrap Text. I'm going to close this part of the menu, and I'm going to be able now to move this up into my header where I need for it to be, and I want it to fill this entire white space. So I just drag that over to the end of the page, and I want to cut off that 1/8 inch of a margin so that I can move this box so that it's flush with the edge of the page. I'm going to resize this box so that it matches the other two, and then I'm going to click away. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is now my new letterhead. I have created that letterhead by simply cutting, pasting, cropping 3 images from Vistaprint, where I brought in elements from my business card from Vistaprint into my letterhead. And I'm now going to save this document as Gordon Floral Designs business card and letterhead. And my final step to turning in this assignment on Google Classroom is I'm going to paste my business card from Vistaprint's website into the body of my Google document that I just created. So I am selecting, copying, highlighting, and then copying to the clipboard my business card. And then I'm going to go back to my document and simply paste it right there. And then if I make this document smaller, you can see I now have my business card and a really good looking letterhead to go along with my business card for when I need to type now my my business letter to my celebrity endorser to ask them to endorse my product. Okay, you guys, that's the end of this tutorial. Please watch this tutorial and this video as many times as you need to, and then go and try to follow those steps to create your own letterhead. If you still need help, of course, I am available in class with you on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or you can come to AM support from 8:30 to 9 a.m. Tuesday through Friday, or you can make an appointment with me, and we can meet online and I can show you how to do it. But please, I would ask you, and I would encourage every single one of you to go ahead and try to do this on your own. This is a marketable skill. You know, when you get out into the business world, you can put on your resume that you know how to create letterhead for different companies as need be. And this is something that you can use to get hired, to be the beginnings of a fabulous graphic designer, or someone who can help a person run their business from an administrative or clerical end. Okay, I will see you soon in class. Algebra and Entrepreneurship. Thank you.